They are not going to run me out of here. This is for Black women in toxic jobs. I wanted to do this video because I am noticing a disturbing trend of Black women saying some version of, they're not going to run me out of here. I'm not going to let them win. If I leave, then they're going to win. And I just want to encourage you, if this is you, to think about a few things. Okay. If you are thinking about, they're not going to run me out of here. So I just want to invite you to think about a few questions just to ask yourself these things. Again, I'm not here to convince you. I want to support you and really being honest with yourself and asking yourself these questions. So, when you talk about they're not going to run me out of here and you don't want them to win, what is it that you're trying to win? What is the cost of you winning this thing? How can you win in a game that's rigged? So, when I talk about toxic jobs, it's a toxic system. So you might think that there are things that you're going to do and take care of, and you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And I even heard this one of, I'm not going to leave, I'm going to make them respect me. And again, now you're in a situation where you are focusing on other people who are not going to respect you. And the thought is if you stay there and you demand respect, that they will respect you. They ultimately really won't respect you. And you have to think about what is the cost of you staying there trying to convince people to respect you. The other thing that I want you to, or encourage you, or invite you to think about is how are you losing by saving yourself? So sometimes when we think about things in a different way, or we ask ourselves these questions, then we can arrive at the answer for ourselves. Again, I'm not here to convince you. I don't want anybody to convince you of what you need to do for your own life. However, I really am so concerned again by this trend that I am observing of Black women saying some version of, they're not going to run me out of here. I'm not going to let them win. I saw one comment about, I'm hanging on by a thread. What can somebody do to help me? Because I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm just trying to make it 3 more years until I retire. So when you think about yourself in this situation, really be honest with yourself and ask, is what am I fighting for? And at what cost? And is there another way for me to possibly make money besides being at this job and fighting and dealing with so much disrespect? Who are you proving to what? And for what? Like, why are they so important to you? Why are they more important to you than your own health and your sanity? And even you being here and you being fully present and healthy, not only for yourself, but also for your family and your friends. So, again, I invite you to just take a moment and think about that. I recently had a conversation with a Black woman, and it just really drove this home. And she mentioned about, the stress she's experiencing at the job, and, just how demeaning it was, and just so many really horrible, disrespectful things that were happening at the job. And she mentioned, so during the course of the conversation, she mentioned while laughing that she had a heart attack. And I thought that I misheard her. I said, "What did you say?" I was like, "I know," I'm thinking to myself, "I know she didn't say she just had a heart attack." And she said, "Yeah, I had a heart attack because of the stress at the job. And I went back to work the next day." And this is my first time ever talking to this Black woman. And I said, "So what is your plan? Well, what is it that you would like to do?" And she said, "I am not going to let them run me out of there. I've been there too long. I am not going to run, they're not going to run me out of here. I'm close to retirement, all these other things." And that deeply saddened me that this Black woman who is very well qualified, has so many skills, so many different experiences, has told me that she had a heart attack in relation to the job stress. And she made light of it in terms of laughing about it. and then saying that they were not going to run me out of here. So having a heart attack because of the job stress, which she connected to the job, going to work the next day. So thinking about what value do we put on our own lives, our own well-being. So again, when I say, how is it losing by saving yourself? I invite you to think about that. And if you have some, you know, difficulties really coming to terms with that, and maybe are you prioritizing your job over your own life? In that situation, I would say it might be very beneficial for you to seek therapy and to really process that. Because my hope is that you're not doing that. You're not prioritizing. So, again, remember, if you say some version of what I just said, they're not going to run me out of here. I'm not going to let them win. I'm not weak. What else? Um, just any version of that. If that's you, then really, really reevaluate that, okay? Because this will cause you harm trying to prove things to people. Oh, the other thing, they're going to respect me. I'm going to make them respect me. Okay. So, any of these things happening to you, and you're like, oh my God, I do say that, or I do think that, then it might be a good idea for you to check out the Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black women so that you can start detaching your identity from that job, particularly a harmful job, and for you to see that you have other options, even if you're close to retirement. It's really up to you to decide, are you able to withstand being in that situation? But when people say things like, I'm hanging on by a thread, that is that makes me worried for them, because I'm thinking, I don't know if you really are able to make it. So be honest with yourself and ask yourself, can you really be here, or for however long you want to be there? Are you able to withstand that? Or if you're hanging on by a thread, that's not a good sign. So again, just want to take a moment to offer you some moments of reflection for you to think about and really be honest with yourself. And if you have answered, yes, this is me, again, check out the Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black women, where again, you will learn about ways to replace your income, and you can decide when you're ready to leave that job. It's up to you. And your privacy will be valued. You won't be seen on camera. None of the participants will be seen on camera. Your name won't be listed. If you have a question or a comment, you can change your name in the platform. So don't keep that from you registering for the summit. So let's talk about this disturbing trend. And I hope, sis, this is not something that you're saying to yourself. And if it is, please be honest with yourself and take action so you can start planning for your exit, because the environment, the situation is going to harm you in some way. Okay. So I'm signing off. I forgot to introduce myself. I can't believe that. So I'm Dr. Kamani, a licensed clinical psychologist, also a toxic job survivor. And more importantly, I'm a toxic job liberator for Black women. So again, I'm co-hosting the Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black women, May 18th and 19th with Marissa Price. So get your ticket. Also share this information, this video, and about the summit with at least 2 other Black women. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And please give this video a thumbs up. Okay, see you later. Bye.